Okay guys, the weather is changing in Korea. It's very hot. I'm very hot. And so in this video, I want to talk about changes in Korea when the weather is getting hot. As you know, Asia, I think it's safe to say this part of Asia in general has typhoon season, rainy season, and so it gets really humid in these hot months. It gets very hot and humid. It's kind of disgusting. And so I just wanted to give you some tips, some pointers on what you need for rainy season here in Korea. So let's get started. So first things first is you're going to need a dehumidifier machine. I think that is like the best investment, to be honest. I have two. As you guys saw in my villa tour video, showing you my new apartment. So what's the word I'm looking for? I have a separate bedroom now. My office tel in Sejongsi had like a divider, but it wasn't like this. I didn't have my own room, like an actual separate bedroom. I had just space. And so since it was open, one dehumidifier was enough. Now I have a whole door. And I have multiple windows. I have many windows in this villa. I love it. Like, windows are amazing. But for rainy season, that can mean more humidity. And so 2 dehumidifier machines was necessary. I got the same exact one, just in a different color. I'll insert a clip so you can see that the one in my room is pink. And the one in my living room is the all white one that I had at my last place. I love my dehumidifier machine. They're great. They save my life. Is how you save a life. So here is my dehumidifier in my bedroom. It's red because it's full, so I'm gonna show you what it looks like when you're taking out the water. Okay? Because if you let the humidity get crazy in the summertime, and then all that moisture is just getting into places that might not see the light of day, like under your bed or your closet or whatever, then that's how you get mold. You don't want mold. Mold can make you really sick. Mold poisoning is a thing. I had it when I lived at my school provided housing my first year in Korea, and I didn't know about how bad the humidity is and what humidity can do when it's unchecked. It's really bad. My health, my first year in Korea, I was not healthy. I was coughing up blood at one point. That's how bad it was from mold poisoning. You don't want that. Not to mention, for the most part, your housing in Korea will probably be small, which means you'll have like your clothes for the different seasons and stuff packed up in maybe space bags or maybe some sort of box of sorts, living box. And so you won't see it. Like you're not gonna see your winter clothes in the summertime. You're not. And so if moisture is getting in there unchecked and it's just in that storage, letting the moisture fester and no sunlight touching it, and it's just building mold and it's just getting moldier and moldier and moldier, then by the time winter comes, those clothes will not be savable. They will not be. You're not going to want to save them. You're not going to want to touch them. And so my first year in Korea, I had to trash a lot of things. Not just clothes, but also bags. Who wants to do that? You have things that you worked hard to buy, and then you take it out for the new season, excited to use these things again, and then you see that they're covered in mold. Heartbreaking. And so invest in a dehumidifier machine. That, I think, is, yeah, they're like, I don't even want to say they're pricey. The price isn't bad. I think it's like 15. What am I trying to say? 1,500? No. It's 150. It's 150,000 won. About. It'll run you about 150,000 won. I think. I want to say 150 to 200,000 won. One dehumidifier machine should run you. And yes, it's worth it. Why? Because you can open it and dump out the water that it sucked up throughout the day, throughout the days, depending on what season it is. You can dump it out and then put it back in the drawer, and then it'll suck the water again. So unlike other dehumidifying products, it's reusable and it's easy. It just sucks the water out. You dump the water every night, rainy season. It might end up being multiple times a day in rainy season, possibly, but just dump it before you go to sleep and you'll be fine. You spend that money one time. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Again, you don't want to throw out any of your clothes, any of your possessions that are fabric that might be attacked by mold. You don't want to do that. So invest in these products. And sidebar, the dehumidifier also serves as a great clothes dryer, because as you know, typically Korean housing, it'll have a washing machine, but it's not normal to have a dryer. Like maybe if you have your own place and you get a big place and it's like a big new place, it might have a dryer, or you might have the space to be able to buy a dryer. But for the most part, most people have a washing machine, and then you put your clothes on a drying rack. And so you can take your dehumidifier and then push it under the clothes rack, and then it'll suck the water out of the clothes, and your clothes will dry a lot faster than if you didn't have one of these bad boys. It's great. And so that is a really necessary purchase you must do. I'm telling you, you must buy it. Mine is by LG. I prefer LG for electronics. Here in Korea, I prefer LG. I prefer Samsung for phones. But when it comes to electronics, like my dehumidifier and my laptop and those things, I prefer LG. I'll just say that. That's just my preference though. So here we go. There is this little handle space here. And then you pull, come on. This is quite difficult holding camera. Okay. As you can see, it's full of water. You can see the water is at the top. This protection thing is so I can travel safely, which is what I'm going to try to do now. And now we're dumping. All of that water was from the air moisture. That's crazy, isn't it? So much water, and that was only one day. I dump this every night now that it is humidity time. Next, other than the machine, the gift that keeps giving, you can also go to Daiso, our good sis Daiso, or you could go to Coupang, order it online. You need dehumidifying products, the kind that you can put into your clothes drawers, or you can hang them in between your hangers between clothes, or they have like the ones that are like a box, a little mini box, and that'll suck moisture out. You could put those in your shoe closet and your closet in general, spaces that you can stack it there. You need to buy those as well, because yeah, the machine will get the general air moisture out, but the crevices, you're gonna need something for the crevices, those dang crevices. And so again, Daiso has some really good cheap ones. And if you don't feel like carrying from your Daiso to your house, which I don't, my old place, my old office style, I'll have you know, Daiso was right across the street. I was living good. And No Brand was also across the street, just a different direction. Daiso, No Brand, Daiso, No Brand. I was living a good life. Now the Daiso is a good 10 minutes away from me. It's a 10-minute walk, which I'm not one to shy away from walking. I enjoy walking. Not with a big stack of dehumidifying products though. So yeah, I be couponing these days. But go on either one, get you these products that are they are advertising that they dehumidify a space. Get you some of those products, guys. Get you some of those. And now I'll show you an example of dehumidifying products. So this is moisture absorbers, the hanging kind. Goes in between your hanging clothes. Look at all this water it sucked up. I just changed these a couple days ago. So this amount of water is just a couple days. And that is why you need some to go in between your clothes, and you need the machine. You need both. Last but not least, I think this goes without saying, but in Korea, mold can build in some spaces that don't get sunlight, as much sunlight as other parts of your house, or if you have a wet bathroom, mold can accumulate there because, you know, it takes some time for the wet bathroom to dry. So I know my subscribers are clean. Y'all clean people. I'm a neat freak. I'm sure you guys are too. But it's just maybe clean extra. Like extra clean. Do your due diligence with those spaces that might accumulate mold. Do your due diligence. And those are my tips for rainy season, preparing for rainy season here in Korea. I just don't want you guys to be like me, because to be honest, I had no clue that mold could even be an issue in a house. Not even a house, an apartment. I just had no clue. I'm from New York. I don't know how they built the apartments in New York and how the building of the apartments in New York differs from Korea. I don't know. But I've never seen mold spores with my eyes. Like, I'm sure they were there. But they was not building up to be visible. That's for sure. Because, you know, New York City summers are also humid. We don't have like a proper rainy season, but it's also humid. New York is an island. I didn't know. And so I paid the price with my health and with my wealth. because I absolutely had to replace the things I threw out. So if you're moving to Korea, keep that in mind. Dehumidifying products. I'll put the Korean somewhere on the screen so you can neighbor it. Guys, thank you for watching this video.
I hope you enjoy your summer. I hope you enjoy your rainy season. I hope you have some rain boots. I hope you have a good quality umbrella.
And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.